Hey everyone, it's the Nitty Professor, and December wouldn't be December without that holiday boot purchase. So we have an unboxing for you. I bought a pair of boots from Parkhurst, and I would like to thank those of you who encouraged me to go that route. As some of you know, I have two pairs of Parkhurst boots, and they were made back in the days when the operation was still centered in Buffalo. They did a lot to try to use strictly American components, and the quality was good, but I am more of a fan of Truman's and Red Wings and Wolverines. But you all told me that Parkhurst has upped its game, so I thought, okay, I'm going to give him a chance. So when you open up the box, this is what I'm finding in here. So I'm not a huge fan of this, like using the package box for the shoe box, largely because I prefer to store my boots in the original box. This one might be a bit tricky. It's a weird size and it's unwieldy to open. Fortunately for me, my son just threw away like half a dozen Nike shoe boxes, so I think I may end up using one of those. But we get this nice little card thanking us for the purchase, and I think it's signed down there. That it looks like a signature to me. Andrew, if I recall correctly, is the name of the proprietor. And got a pair of extra laces, of course, that is obligatory. These are waxed cotton laces. I read that these boots come with a flat cotton lace. If that is the case, I will change them to leather because I prefer leather laces. I like their flexibility. But I would get nice shoe bags here, and voila, this is what I have. And it's quite lovely, quite lovely. I read on some reviews as I was kind of preparing to talk to y'all that it's like a classy blacksmith, and I kind of agree. So when I saw these boots, I thought, ooh, it's kind of got that nice, bump toe shape, which is roomy. And this is a new last for Parkhurst. This model is called the Allegany. The Alagany boot, and I was right about the laces. The leather for this particular model is from CF Stad, and it is called Ridge Kudu. One of the cool things about Kudu is they run in the wild, and I guess they're called for whatever reasons. I read about how kudu were harvested a while back, and it did seem like it was fairly on the level. They, I guess, scratched themselves on briars and the like. When I was reading about these boots, somebody wrote in a review that the leather and its kind of native like markings is even more visible in sunlight. Now, winter has descended on Aberdeen, so not sure when I'm going to see a lot of sunlight. Maybe when the temperature drops below 0, then the sun will come back out. That's usually how it works about this time of year. But this boot is a new last that I think the word that they use is supposed to have a Munson look. And I probably should have researched that more before I came on here, but I thought, well, it's an unboxing, so maybe when I'm breaking them in, I can go into more detail. Let's just take a look. I did read that we have a gusseted tongue, and yeah, the gusset extends up a couple of inches there. So that's nice because it's going to stay in place pretty well. Has 5x2 eyelets and 3x2 speed hooks in a kind of an antique brass look. The tongue it seems like it is the same leather. Yeah, it's the same leather as the Vamp, etc. These are made in Spain. So that's one of the changes that Parkhurst made as they were struggling with the supply chain back after 2021. And they have managed to have the kind of workmanship that they like with a price that is not like in line with a Viberg or something like that by making these boots in Spain. Of course, C.F. Stead Tannery is in England, so we have an English leather. And I think they're less concerned now about American, and more concerned with quality, which is what one of my users, or probably more than one, emphasized, which I appreciate. This seems to be a storm welt. I would argue that is a beautiful storm welt. It is a 360-degree welt. Beautiful sewing job from what I can tell. The stitching looks super even. I think it looks beautiful, actually. And I really do like this rounded toe. My feet are not young anymore, and they need that room. So I'm looking forward to trying these babies on. The components are very high quality. This obviously is a kind of a proprietary sole. It has the Parkhurst logo on there. So we've got the nice buffalo, and I'm a fan of buffalo. And in fact, I picked up some bison meat today to make chili with tomorrow. So that's fairly common around here. It's very lean and healthy. The components on this are truly high quality based on everything the website says. So, for example, your insole in here is vegetable tanned leather, and the midsole is vegetable tanned leather. The welt is a vegetable tanned leather. Even the heel block, this is vegetable tanned leather. There is leather lining in the foot portion. I can feel it in here with my hand. It is a structured toe. Not sure what the structured toe is made of. However, the back of the heel is also, there's a leather support in there. There is also a steel shank and cork. I read the shank is steel and cork, so I'm not sure if like it's, some steel with some cork as well. I would have to dig deeper to understand all the ins and outs of the construction. But we're not dealing here with a last stain or some kind of fiberglass or, leather that's like glued together from scraps. It's the real deal. And when you think about, vegetable tanned leather, that's very high quality. It's going to have great endurance. Plus this Kudu leather, even though it's flexible, which to me, I really prefer a leather. It has some pull-up in it too, which is kind of nice. I prefer a leather that is forgiving because I'm not such a robust person that I like to, break in the most rock hard pair of nicks. So this Kudu is a good leather for me because it's very tough, and I'm going to guess weather resistant, but it also has a kind of a pliability and flexibility to it. So let's look at the second boot and see if it looks the same. Got some extra tissue paper in here, which is fine to fix everything. Some cushioning. I'm guessing that's all this is. It's not like it's extra laces. It's just some cushioning to prevent the boots from knocking against each other. And then we have boot number 2 in a very similar bag. I do like when boots come in these nice cotton bags. It's just a great way to store them, keep dust off of them, and etc. So we can take a close look at this Kudu leather here. And again, I see some nice texture and some unique markings on there. It's just a beautiful leather. It's a very interesting grain. Definitely different from cowhide. Look at that nice scratch we've got here. That's, let's see if I can figure out where it is. Yeah, right there. There's a nice little scratch right there. I do love the character. I think C.F. Stead does a beautiful job with their Kudu leather and their suedes, their rough outs, etc. I have a number of pairs of shoes. I have a number of Clarks that are made with CF leather, and I'm frankly kind of proud of that. I do value the work that they do. This boot, it does not have a pull tab, so that's just something to keep in mind, but it does have the speed hooks, which are nice. Again, a structured toe. I can feel in here that it's structured. So I am planning, once I make darn sure these fit, which, you know, when you order online, it's always a bit of a risk, but I'm going to do that here soon. So as soon as I check on our new shepherd puppy made in Spain, there you have the number. I like the fact that there's not like a whole bunch of branding except on the inside, which is really nice. And it's very tastefully done. Nice collar on these boots too, so they're going to be supportive at the top without you know, having like some kind of hard fiber layer or something like that on there. So really nice stitching as well. This thread matches the leather. It's not like a contrast stitching or something like that. Again, same beautiful welt. So I look forward to breaking these in and seeing how they do, and seeing if they truly are as better to the extent than the other Parkhurst boots that I have. I can see here, you can see where the toe cap, you know, the inside toe support ends. It's got a little bit of a spot right there where it kind of juts out. So definitely is a structured toe. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how these are compared to my other Parkhursts, compared to my Trumans, Rancourts, etc. And if you have experience with these boots, particularly the Allegany model and the last that goes along with it, I would love to know what your experience is, what your thoughts are. It's supposed to have a little bit narrower heel, which suits me just fine, because even though I have wide feet at the ball, my heels are a little bit narrow for a man's boot. So I'm looking forward to the experience of trying these on. So yeah, looking forward to your comments. I hope you all get a nice pair of boots, shoes to enjoy the holidays with. Hope you all have a wonderful week. We're looking forward to 60-mile-per-hour winds. So crossing my fingers, you know, that things will go well here. And hopefully things are a little bit calmer where you are. But we've got some beautiful snow, and I'm going to enjoy that. So take care. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon. Bye.